Hell, I once killed a man.
Welcome
for
to
asking
Wild
me
Wild
if
Web.
I ever killed anyone.
Brady, you just texted me.
Now, your boys best keep riding, you hear?
How come every time it's coming out, like, ride a horse? Is this how you ride a horse?
I'm always about the guns.
1 week after watching Yellowstone.
Yeah. I like that one TikTok where it's like the evolution of the guy who watches Yellowstone and he like comes in with a cowboy hat and then he's got like the black jacket, right? And he just
Grows the beard
grows
out.
the beard and everything. So last week I showed you the video of the poop trucks at the Burj Khalifa, and we were like, is this real? So I went and
Investigated.
I did minor amounts of research, and I just want to read this top line from Inhabitat. Okay,
That's where I go for all my news.
that's where I always go. You'd think that the world's tallest building, a structure that requires amazingly complex engineering and technology to reach its heights, would have equally impressive sewage systems. Unfortunately, that's not the case because it's not hooked up to a municipal power water waste treatment system. So when you poop in the Burj Khalifa, the waste is actually trucked out of the city. We're frankly flabbergasted by the insufficient, what I said last time, I was like, this is really insufficient, the insufficiencies of such a system. One of the world's most advanced buildings relies on an archaic method to transport wastewater to a treatment facility outside of town. So remember, if you happen to visit the Burj Khalifa's restroom, someone unfortunately has to collect your poop as they drive out of Dubai.
That's crazy. Wow.
It's freaking crazy. And I was actually looking, I guess a lot of of these big buildings in Dubai because they never built you would think when you build a city in like the early 90s when they decided Dubai was going to be the next big thing.
I was in Dubai in 95.
Okay, so right around then is when they decided because none of this stuff was there when you went, right? And so since from basically 1995 to 2020, 2022, now shit, we're in 2022. Yeah. They should have said, okay, let's build the infrastructure first. No. They were like, let's build the tallest building and not think about how to take care of the poops. Isn't that crazy? How much do you think that job pays?
You got the money.
Nothing.
Probably.
Driving poop out of the city. In America, that would be one of the highest paying jobs, but in Saudi Arabia, it's probably slave labor.
I'm not saying this is the case, but when I was there, 95,
yeah,
it was still, so we have like Hispanic people that do our jobs that Americans won't do.
Right.
They have Pakistani people.
And Africans as well. For construction, they take people from Africa and they say, hey, we'll give you this contract. You'll come to Dubai. You'll make a ton of money and you can send it back to your family. And then they go and I hear they revoke the contract and they basically
take your
passport. They basically put you up in these massive board.
They die all the time. I've seen this.
Yeah. There's no regulations. There's no OSHA.
Yeah. They're just kind of like when the U.S. was building the railroads. We just throw 1 million Chinese at it.
There was no regulations back then, but they got it done. Imagine how long that process to build those railroads or these buildings would take if they had the regulations. Obviously, I'm saying regulations are good because people's lives are more important than the building.
Code is a good thing.
Code is really important. And I learned that on the job site. There's a lot of things, and a lot of times it's I've got to do this thing. But the one time that it saves your life, you go, I'm really glad that they have this in place. And so also when that situation happens where you go, I realize why they have this rule now is because somebody died because of that. You know what I mean? When you're on the scissor lift, they make you anchor yourself to the steel beams because one time I was on the scissor lift and I was attached to the steel beam and I hit the scissor lift to go down and I forgot I was linked to the beam. And by the time I realized that I was being pulled, the scissor lift was leaving and I was staying, I was like, oh shit. And it was this far from my body, my hand, being able to reach it to go back. Really? I could have used my leg or something, but I was literally floating 30 feet up and I was like, oh shit, this is really bad.
That is bad. Hey, Joe Biden.
Okay, we're going to do a JB. I've got 3 things. That was one of them. Here's my second one. We're just going to watch this because it's probably funny. I forgot why I brought it up, but worst week ever is what it's called.
Oh, he did have a bad week.
Hashtag bear shelf Biden. U.S. sets fresh record for COVID hospitalizations, 1.5 new infections. Yee. How's that pandemic of the unvaccinated going? Supreme Court blocks virus mandates for large employers. This is literally just a video of shit that's happened to Biden all week.
So did Patrick. So I saw his approval rating was down to 33%.
33. Let's see if we
know
can
what
get to 20.
You know what I took from that?
What?
A third of the country thinks he's doing a good job.
Those polls, the way they do that, no one's ever called me and asked me how I think Joe Biden's doing.
Yeah, it's.
I was wearing my Let's Go Brandon beanie today when I went to go get McDonald's, and the guy, when I pulled up to the first window at the drive-thru, I was wearing it, and then I saw that he was like looking at me weird, like he was like looking here, so I could tell he was like he was reading.
He was
it.
like this.
But yeah, and then it was just kind of like an awkward moment. And I was like, "Hi," and he made back eyes with me, and then I think they spit in my food.
I ate one of your McGriddles, so I got it too. Then
Yeah, you got a little bit of it. Okay, this
super spreader.
This one requires a little bit of Kelly.
Yeah,
We have seen pain from cute sorority girls at the bar to bros at Mudfest. Now we are going to take a look at the deplorable descendants of the people who put man on the moon. This is called Redneck Engineering.
Oh, I love it.
So this is the sub we're going to take a look at this week. This is called Redneck Engineering. I don't know what we're about to see, but we're
My
going to.
new air purifier.
So we're just going to take a look at some of these things. That's pretty good air purifier right there.
Oh,
What should it only be on one side?
Okay, I see what he said.
Should it only be on one side? So for people,
Technically, he only needs one side. He needs a side that's sucking there.
so we're looking at somebody and they have just like a regular box fan. Is that what you
Box
call
fan?
it? Just a box fan, and they have like a house air filter, bungee cord around it.
It's doing the job.
It's doing the job, and you could have a couple of those. And
It's doing the job.
so there you go. His new air filter. I approve.
I approve.
Add.
What's this?
Innovative rotisserie. Look at that thing, dude. Dude.
He's got a little gear.
Oh my gosh. That's past Redneck Engineering. That's
That's some guy who's like.
a smoker.
He's got some skills.
That's someone who fancies himself a smoker.
I fancy myself a smoker.
Do you?
Like smoking meat. I'm literally at this moment in time. I'm doing a pulled pork
We're smoking meats in the backyard.
right now.
Smoking the meats.
Smoking
That's
the
actually
meat.
really cool, though.
I like that.
I like that. I approve. My dad using an electric sander to get his dead skin off his feet. If it's real low grit, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't. That's so gross, dude.
That's so.
Kelly, remember when we went and got pedicures together?
Yeah.
Every time we go and they
We held hands.
when they scrub your feet, bro, the ladies are just like, what?
You know what it is? It's just 1 foot on one side.
Is it the way you walk?
It's the way
You
I
like,
walk.
kinda
So I
like-
get a callus.
yeah.
I have what's called a supine, I think.
Okay.
It's where you walk on the outside of your foot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like this. And it's this side builds up a callus.
Oh, gotcha.
And I kind of like that callus there too. But I'm like, hey, don't shave all that down. 'cause
Hey,
it's
can you
just
save a little bit of that for me?
Yeah. So
They just need to refine it for you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They just got to kind of smooth it out.
there you go.
But I have high. What would that be? Would that be calcium? What makes skin? I don't know. But you know, I have a high calcium output.
B.
I've got high levels of calcium. Okay, so we can use a electric. Let's
I
see.
always told you guys might like my car.
Okay. Cool, I guess.
Meanwhile,
In Montana, that's a snowplow right there, baby.
it works.
That does work until that board breaks.
Yeah.
It just shoves into the bottom of your car. Thanks, TikTok. Got inspired and threw this together. What is it? Does it require sound? Hold on. This might require sound. Wow. That's two.
What is that?
That's
What
two
is it?
train horns hooked up to a looks like a hand drill, and maybe the drill powers the horns.
Is the sound outside or something?
No, it's coming from those are car horns. That's stupid. I don't know. Engineering is supposed to solve a problem, And I don't think that solves a problem.
I don't think that solves shit.
That's more just like redneck stuff.
Unless you got time on your hands.
It blew my mind that people actually pay for soft jaw pliers when almost everyone has an old sock they don't use. Okay. I've never had to use soft jaw pliers outside of the bedroom, so I don't know what.
Wow.
And this person has painted fingernails?
That is definitely a redneck.
That's yeah.
All right.
Just buy the thing. All right, couple more.
Pull fob came off.
That's not bad. He put a little bolt on the, what would you call that? Little chain link? Like a chain link adapter. Okay. Engineering at its finest, people.
Sure, you.
Nope, that's an ad.
Get a homemade speedboat.
Oh, dang, that's sick. So he's
Took like
he
a
put
paddleboard or a kayak.
Oh my gosh, you got a
See,
freaking
now
propeller.
this is redneck engineering.
Yeah, that's what I'm
cool
saying.
with
This is
that.
engineering. This is cool. This is like building something new. Look at that guy.
Dude, he's crushing
He
it.
can get out farther and go fishing. Oh.
Steering's
I guess the
problem
steering's
still.
a little off. Oh, because it's steered with that. He also needs like a rudder in the water, probably.
Yeah.
He probably needs like something in the water.
Well, I think that's what like those airboats in Louisiana.
Oh, really?
do.
They don't have anything in the water?
No, they're very shallow.
Actually, yeah, that's the point. That's why they
That's
don't
the
have
point.
rudders in the water.
That's why
That's why
there's
they
a
use
big-
the air. Right.
Yeah.
Those are crazy. On Jackass, when we were watching Jackass, like last week or whatever, in the one where Wee Man is sitting there with the parachute and they turn like three of them into full.
Yeah. There's a new Jackass movie.
Have you seen the trailer?
Yeah.
It's so good. It looks.
You think those dudes, when they're like, hey, we're going to have Jackass 4, you
They're
think
like,
they're like, God dang it. Seriously? Or
But
they're
like, I think it's kind of half and half because each movie gets worse, but it also, the production value gets better. You know what I mean?
they get paid well.
Their pranks go from just beating the shit out of each other in like the original Jackass like clips and movie to more of like just insanely produced pranks.
That's Jackass.
The slap where they come around and hit
corner?
Bam. No, yeah, where they're like, "Hey, Bam, what's up?" And the arm comes around, and smacks him. He's like, "Poof." Actually, what's yours?
The guy with his wiener in the snake thing, they're dressed up like a rabbit.
Yeah.
And the snake bite. Why?
Actually-
just why? Why?
I love the one where it's the little diagram of the city and the trains going around, and you're like, "What is that thing?" And then he just poops.
Did you see the one with Wee Man where he's in a bar?
Yeah,
With
yeah,
another little girl?
And they send in the whole like midget
Well,
like,
first, like her boyfriend, who's a little person,
Right.
comes running in,
and no one says anything about it. They're just like,
and they're
"Oh,
like yelling at
yeah,
each
yeah."
other, and they like get in a little fight, and then the police come, and they're all little people. Then the firemen come, and they're all little people.
No. It's Wee Man and this girlfriend, and then the guy comes up. They get in an argument. He comes back with his gang of little people, and
Yeah,
they get
that's
into a
right.
big fight. And then the
Police come,
the
and they're all
mini
little
police.
people. Then the ambulance comes, and they're all little people. That's funny.
Yeah, Jackass is so funny.
It
There's
is.
a special kind of person. Anyone that tells me they don't like Jackass, I'm like, we're not going to be friends. We're not going to. Yeah,
If you don't like this kind of humor, we're out.
we're not going to make it together. This is not going to happen. So, all right, two more. Let's see what we
All
have.
right.
Nah, that was stupid. I want to find something interesting.
19-year-old plastic.
Okay, cool. So you don't lose your thing. I get it.
All right.
Okay.
That's not very.
Not that interesting.
The rear doors.
Okay, so this looks like a door with a hinge, and it
You
looks
have
like
more problem than a hinge there.
yeah, it
dude.
looks like the door frame itself has like been corroded out. So it looks like the next picture is going to be what they're doing. Okay, cool. So you're fixing it. Looks like they put a strap on there.
You can go to Home Depot and buy a new called a Threshold. Not that expensive.
Yeah, they probably have a part, and it's probably cheaper than.
Yeah.
Actually, it might be like $10.
Yeah,
You know. Okay, cool.
Do it right.
So that's Redneck Engineering. No pain this week. Just
No.
wanted to look at some interesting stuff out there. People making creative.
There's
stuff,
some good
so-
ones in there.
There's a couple good ones.
Couple. Also, I'm like, yeah, I would have done that different.
Okay, cool. I would have spent the 50. There's like a threshold of like, when am I gonna? Because I do some things like this, and it's like there's a threshold of when am I gonna put the effort to come up with a homemade solution for something,
Yeah.
and when am I just gonna go buy the part from Home Depot?
Yeah, exactly. Home Depot or Lowe's?
Home Depot.
I'm a Home Depot guy.
Lowe's is my dad always took me to Home Depot just because he was in construction, and so I think Home Depot has way more construction stuff. It's got more raw lumber. It's got like
Are you sure?
fastens and like,
Doesn't Lowe's have that same thing?
and I think Lowe's is more geared towards like the home improvement stuff. So like stuff you would go buy.
Oh yeah, Home Depot's reached out to like us to like, hey, open a account. Trust me, we spend $100,000 a month at Home Depot.
Oh, you guys do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you send guys out there to,
oh, I forgot this thing.
Right. Yeah. I got sent to Home Depot on the job site many a times.
Yeah. Just forget something.
Whatever. But cool, man. That's Wild Wild Web.
Cool, dude.
Rock on.